Okay folks, we're back here ready to continue with the dog here. We did the face, as you can see, in the nose. Now I'm going to put a little bit of an eye in there, and this is going to be a little bit difficult because of the location of the eyes, but I have them I drew the eyes in there. You can see it's just light on either side. And let me see if I have a pencil here somewhere. I do. I put one eye right here. Alright, right here, and the other one right underneath it, okay? And I hollowed this out a little bit. The cheeks need to be, this needs to be put in a little further, you know, a little lower like that. So it really distinguishes a cheekbone there. Alright. It'll look completely different after we paint it too, so that should help it. What we're going to do is I'm going to take a detail knife. Now I'm not going to be able to do this because it's so incredibly small, to take my knife and to go right up underneath that cap. You see that? What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little stop cut. And I'm going to do that back here for a second with my little magnifying glasses on. And I'm just going to do a little V-cut there on top and bottom. I'll show you in just a second here. Okay. Just like so. Okay. Alright, there's one. So all it consists of is taking it at an angle this way and then going from the top down. Okay, I'm going to do the other eye. And the hard part with this is matching them up. Alright, that's the real tough part about doing eyes, you know, that they look similar. Yeah, even our own eyes are different from each other. If you shut one eye and look at in a mirror, one eye will look different than the other, or one half of your face will look different than the other. Let me just be able to do this here. Okay, so I got both two eyes in, alright, for the dog. Now I'm going to go up here a little bit. Let's see if I can do this in the camera here. Alright. And that little notch, I'm going to take that little corner out, make that a little bit deeper. Alright. Just like so, and the same thing up here at this other corner. Alright. That's pretty well it. Okay. Now I'll do the same thing over here. I don't know if I can keep that in view for you folks. Alright. Try not to move the hand too far out of the way. Alright. So that's the dog eyes. Alright. We're going to go up here and we're going to clean some of this out. One other thing is, you notice the hat and the body, it's a little bit different yet. We need to cut it up a little further underneath that hat. Okay, we're almost there. See where this hat begins? Yeah, we want this to go underneath there a little bit. Like it's sitting on top of his head there. Alright. Now one of the things I had to decide in doing this was whether or not I was going to go ahead and do a the hair on him. Whether I was going to use a little V gouge like this and just go all over the body. And what we would do is this would come down like so. Okay. I'm just going to mark this so I know. Alright. And this would come down like so. And I think we're going to use a little V tool. And then I'm going to try something a little different. We're going to go ahead and the legs, it goes on both sides. Alright. This comes down like so. And Alright, just like so. And this gives you the direction of the hair, okay? And I kind of remember this for when we had calves in the barn. Their hair, they had a little hairline here on the top, you know, that wasn't exactly straight down, but you can kind of blend that in a little bit. You can use a wood burning tool if you'd like. That's entirely up to you. The face we'll worry about a little bit later. Of course, the ears will come down a little bit, and will come down like so, in that direction. And the feet, you know, will come down this way. Now I know they don't have long hair, but I think that will give the dog a little more character. And of course the tail, it goes straight up. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this, and some of this I'm going to have to do offline. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spray it, because I need this to be soft enough to cut. When you're using a V-tool like this, it can make a world of difference with cutting. Okay, and we're going to go with the grain a little bit. So we're going to take short little strokes, and we're going to overlap them a little bit, just like so. I think this is more fun than using a burner, honestly, but I may go back and clean it up with a burner in areas that are really too hard to get to and not easy to get to at all. Okay, so this is what we're going to do, and then I'm just going to do the other side and kind of blend that together. I'll use my knife to free that up a little bit later. Alright, so this is what I'm doing. I'm just going to go over the dog a little bit, short little strokes. And then what I might do is take another V-tool and go over really super lightly with even a finer tooth thing. But you can see how it's a little hard to get underneath there. But see how the grain is. So what I want you to do is I'm going to just kind of go over how these lines should go. Alright. If you spray it, it's much easier to cut it. Especially if you're going to go into an opposite direction. Try to go with the grain, not against it. Alright. These are dockside tools. So I'm going to go over the whole thing while I'm offline. I'm going to go over this whole thing, and I'll show you the direction of everything when I have it done. It's very hard to do this in front of the camera without really you know, showing you and taking the time and how, you know, how these cuts should be made. But okay, so what we're going to do there is that we're going to bring this down and around like this up here. Alright, I think it will give it just a little added dimension to the piece. Alright, see how the hair is already starting to form, and we're going to make that really fine. I don't care to burn. I just don't like the smoke portion of it. It always ends up going into my face. If you have a small fan, that helps. But then that also cools the burner. A wood burner is nice to have if you're doing feathering, but this is just going to be a little bit of a rougher look than a real fine look like the Black Lab puppy. I actually show you how to do that. And I still might do both. It depends. I might have to change my mind when I start a project here. If I feel I need to go a different direction, I certainly will do it. You know, I don't have my plans exactly done up that I know exactly what I'm going to be doing. I kind of just go with it, you know, and see where it goes. Alright, so I'm going to get offline here, and we're going to take care of all the hair. I'll be back in a little bit.